And we know you have many friends in Taiwan, especially in Jinmen. As a history professor at Harvard, if you need to give Taiwan and its people one piece of advice with lessons learned from history, what would it be?
I'm sorry, Charles. I'm going to be a very difficult guest, and I'm going to disagree with the premises of the question once again.
Sure.
Because that's of course not how history works. But I do think that well, let me give you two answers. The first answer is to recognize a lesson from the present, which is valuable, I think, for people in Taiwan to keep in mind. Taiwanese people are, I think, justifiably proud of their accomplishments in democratization, in moving from an authoritarian regime to a very vibrant and lively and healthy democracy. Any conversations that I have with people in Taiwan about the past, present, and future of Taiwan, this almost always comes up. I think that this pride is justifiable, but I think one of the lessons we're seeing here in the United States and elsewhere in the world with the rise of populism is about the fragility of democracy. That the Taiwanese people cannot rest easy in the accomplishment of democracy. Democracy, it turns out, needs to be defended and protected and supported. How that works is going to differ from place to place, but I think that's probably an important lesson from history that Taiwanese people should keep in mind. The other point I want to make is about the importance of historical rhetoric and historical narratives. China tells one story about Taiwan's past. They would like the world to believe that that's simply the only story, the truth. The reality is very different. Taiwan's history is far more complex and multifaceted than the Chinese narrative allows. And so I think despite the risks of doing so and despite the opposition that this may incur, it's important for Taiwan to tell the story of its own history in its own words, in its own voice.
Yeah.